Telling of the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to start off the program tonight with a slideshow telling the traditions of the Mid-Autumn Festival. Su Tich Trung Thu, which we celebrate every autumn, is a tradition in Vietnam where kids go around with lanterns and try to show the story of Cuoi.
What is so special about Tết Trung Thu? Now, well, some of the kids might not know. Tết Trung Thu takes place on the 15th day of the 8th month of the lunar year.
It also gives a chance for all the parents who have been working so hard over the harvest season to spend time with their kids.
The full moon represents the fullness and prosperity of life.
And the legend goes that the children light their lanterns to show Cuoi the way back to Earth.
Now, who is Cuoi? We would like to share with you a folklore that lies behind Tết Trung Thu.
This is the story of Hằng Nga and Cuoi. Cuoi was a wood carver that loved the animals, and his only possession was a banyan tree.
What? One day, he went to the woods, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw four tiger cubs. And frightened, he injured the cubs with a knife that he had.
But then he heard a loud roar, and the mother tiger was coming. So he quickly climbed up the tree. As he was on the tree, he saw the tiger take some of the leaves, chew it up, and spit it on the baby cub.
And magically, the wounds seemed to heal. Cuoi realized that the tree that he was on and the tree that he tried to hide in was a magical tree. It was a magical healing tree.
So he took a piece of the tree and decided to plant it at his house. He loved and cherished that banyan tree so much.
And how about Hằng Nga? Who is she? Now, Hằng Nga was a beautiful fairy princess who lived in heaven, and she was a mischievous young woman. And one day, she was playing with her father, the king of the heavens, and she was playing with a golden chalice. And that day, she happened to break the cup. As punishment, the king sent her down to earth to live as a human being.
As she descended to earth, she was the most beautiful human being ever.
Now, having two human parents and being a human being herself, she one day got sick and could not be cured.
But then Cuoi, knowing he had a magic healing tree, healed her with his banyan leaves.
And as a reward, Hằng Nga's father gave Cuoi her hand in marriage. Now, there are many illustrations of Hằng Nga and her beauty, and many artists have portrayed her in different ways.
Although Cuoi loved Hằng Nga very, very much, it seemed that he loved his banyan tree even more. He tended to his banyan tree daily. He sat under it, hugged it, played music for it, did whatever he could to show his love.
And so, with his great care, the banyan tree grew big and tall. Because Cuoi took such good care of it. Now, Hằng Nga had become jealous of the tree, and so their happiness was shattered.
Then one day, she was so jealous, she tried to cut the tree. And then as she was trying to cut the tree, it realized what she was doing and started to uproot and fly towards the moon.
Now Cuoi, seeing from the corner of his eye that his favorite tree was floating up to the sky, had ran and ran and ran. He had run all the way and tried to grab onto one of the roots. And during the process, had been dragged up with the tree to the moon.
So now he's all the way on the moon, sitting lonely, missing his hangya, and can't find his way home. So now, every Trung Thu, kids light their lanterns to light up the earth so he can find his way back.
And on earth, Hanya regrets her jealousy.
And through the legends, many artists have tried to continue to depict this legend and have sculpted pictures like this, where he's sitting by a banyan tree. Here's the real Thuc in Vietnam.
And so, every autumn during Thuc Trung Thu, when the moon is fuller and brighter and it lights up the sky, children celebrate Thuc Trung Thu by lighting up their lanterns.
So now let's sing a Thuc Trung Thu song.